Alright, welcome back. I'm Sable.
I'm Tanner.
And we're Brave together. Today is Resident Evil 4.
Oh. Resident Evil
4.
4.
4.
4.
A lot of people say this is the best one in the series just for story-wise. There's a lot of customization that goes on.
Mm-hmm. And the gameplay is really fluid too.
It is. It really gives that sense of like survival horror.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you play on like harder modes because ammo is actually really scarce.
Yeah, and not like, oh, there's like too much ammo. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certain games that you get to a point where it's like, oh, there's too much ammo, you don't really... Like, Silent Hill 2, believe it or not. Like, if you go and get all the ammo, I beat Silent Hill 2 with 200 pistol bullets, 98 shotgun shells, and like 40 hunting rifles.
Did you ever kill Pyramid Heads?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I killed everything. I didn't just like run past things. I killed every single thing I could. That's another good one. We'll have to play that one. That one's scary. It's really cool.
It is really cool.
6 years later.
Hang
Is a thing to capture it? I hear the voices and I see the stuff.
I see the stuff, but our capture is acting weird.
It hasn't moved.
No, I'm more worried about the time. Because sometimes it'll stop and then skip ahead like 3 seconds.
No, I had this problem again already.
Yeah, we might be. Wait.
Wait.
It might even out.
Yeah, it looks like it's jumping up like
yeah.
It's trying to catch up.
Anyway, you know what this is all about. My assignment is to search for the president's missing daughter.
It's getting there, maybe.
Maybe.
We're gonna assume that's fine.
Assume.
That's one of yours. Assume you're wrong. Yeah, you use the R way when it comes to trusting our recording system.
Yeah.
Too much trust.
So, basically, what's going on in the story, if you've never played this,
Which if you haven't, shame on you.
yeah, what's wrong with you? Leon S. Kennedy is in rural Spain?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. He's investigating the disappearance of the president's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was she doing in rural Spain?
She was going to the U2 concert with Liam Neeson's daughter from Taken. it's a common trend. They
Smoke?
Birds of a feather flock together, and they apparently get kidnapped on a regular basis.
Yes. And then sold to the highest bidder.
Yeah, to zombie cults and creepy sultans.
Yes.
Yes.
On cruise ships.
On cruise ships or yachts in the middle of Paris? That was Paris, right?
That was Paris.
Yeah. It was Paris and Istanbul, and then I forget. There was a third one. Where
A third Taken?
Mm-hmm. With the kills.
I thought that just came out.
Yeah, it just came out.
Oh, I
think it takes place in the U.S. for once. I think.
Does he get taken for once?
No, they. It's not really spoilers in the trailer. Someone comes in and kills his wife, and they frame him for it.
Oh.
So no one gets taken. But I think
it's not keeping with the trend.
Well, they're trying
he's the only one in the family.
They're trying to take him.
Oh.
That's the whole thing. Is that the tables have turned. He's got to get away himself.
I see.
So.
He's the only one that hasn't been taken.
Yeah. So that's why it's the third one. I think it's the last one, or it should be the last one.
Hopefully the last one.
The first one, I really like the first one. The second one is copy and paste of the first one.
Yeah. We stole your wife.
Yeah, we stole your wife this time.
I'll go and have a look around.
So.
Did these cops drive their personal car out into the woods?
Right.
They just go off work, but Leon's like, hey, can you give me a ride?
Give me a ride.
Like, that one favor I did for you, can you help me out? That's how this whole game works. It's just based on favor systems.
Yep.
I hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support on this mission.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hotness, I want to bang you.
Oh, hot.
So the subject's name's Ashley Graham, right?
That's right. She's the
So,
daughter of the president.
I have a Resident Evil story.
Yeah?
So,
This group is.
way back in my younger days of middle school,
More information on my end.
this game came out.
Yeah.
And I thought it looked awesome. Because you're shooting zombies. And that's when zombies were still relatively new. Like, oh, by the way, Unsayable is playing this time. And I will be
Yes.
co-pilot. So I didn't... And I was 13 or 14. I was 14 at the time. And the Resident Evil series was still new and still kind of fresh. So...
Just trying to get a feel for this again.
Yeah, you're fine. So I was like, hey mom! Because that's what I sounded like when I was 14. I was like, hey mom, can I get this cool video game about shooting zombies? And she's like, no. It's like, well, why not? And it's like, well, because you're 14. You need to be 17 to at least buy the game. And she's like, I don't want that in my house. So no.
I don't want zombies in
I don't want zombies in my house. I mean,
Which sounds reasonable.
Looking back, I understand. Okay, mom, you don't want zombies in your house. That makes sense. So I kept pestering her for months, and like my birthday came up, I was like, "Can I do it?" And she's like, "No." So I eventually took the matter into my own hands. I had a friend in high school who had the game, and he was like kind of one of those rebel, like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And they probably did drugs and stuff like that, but I didn't notice.
Jeez. You're hanging out with some shady
I
characters.
was! 8th grade was like my rebellious... Yeah, and the 8th grade happened. It's like, 7th grade is when the game came out and I really wanted to play it. 8th grade was when the rebellious, hey, I want to play this game. So I borrowed it from him, but I didn't let my parents know. So I would play, because when I got home like an hour, like maybe 2 hours before my mom got home, and then my dad got home after her. So, meanwhile, zombie attack.
Yeah.
So I had some time to play before they got home. So I usually play like 1 or 2 hours a day, and then I started getting foolish, where I play while they were home.
Ooh.
But every time that they would come into the room, I would pause the game.
Yeah.
8th grade, me again, was very smart. So like. And they always brought in laundry. They brought laundry in my room, and I was always positive. And one day, my mom brings the laundry, and she's like, "What you playing?" Just out of curiosity. I was like, And so I looked over to my GameCube stack, and there's a new release version of Space Invaders. So to which I said, Space Invaders. And she's like, oh, I didn't know they remade that. She's like, I was like, yeah, I got it from so and so. And she's like, oh, okay. And then just walked out. So
You're a terrible person.
and I was like, all right. So my brother, he played it too.
Resident Evil.
What?
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
He's not a zombie.
He's not, totally not a zombie. So he played it too. And every time like my mom came into the room to freaking get the laundry, my brother would leave because he thought, oh, this is gonna be the time that he gets caught. And then so I beat the game. I'm ready to go back to my friend. To which my brother says, hey, I haven't got a chance to beat it yet. Do you mind holding on to it for a little while longer? To which I say, sure, I'm a good brother. Why not? So I hold on to it like another week. And my brother plays a little bit. And then one night, I believe it was a Saturday, he goes to a friend's house. And I am playing the game. Mom comes in, and my parents had friends over. And so Mom comes in the room, drop off some laundry, and she's like, what you playing? I was like, oh, Space Invaders. To which she sits down on the bed, and she says, go ahead and unpause it. I haven't seen Space Invaders in a while. And I was like, no, it's okay, I was going to ready to stop. She said, no, go ahead. I want to see what you're playing. And I turn on, I was playing the Mercenaries mode, where it's just kind of like a horde mode where you're just killing zombies.
Yeah.
So I unpause it, and I start playing. She's like, those don't look like aliens to me, do they? And I was like, no.
Oh, do you think maybe your brother ratted you out?
It's a possibility, because he wasn't home. He wasn't there to see it. He kind of managed to be at a friend's house. Oh, jeez. He's bolded. So, so she said, what game is this? I was like, at that point, I wasn't lying anymore. So I was like, it's Resident Evil 4. She's like, that's a game I told you not to play, right? And I was like, yep. She's like, uh-huh. So I keep playing. I don't stop. I keep playing.
Yeah.
To which the healing in this game is a green herb.
Mm-hmm.
To which my mom goes, is that marijuana? And I was like, no, Mom, it's not marijuana. She's like, well, you just absorbed green plants, and that gives you health. I was like, Mom, it's a game about zombies, not about drugs. And then she's like, she gave me this look. She's like, okay. So I got grounded for a month with no video games for a month.
Jeez.
I got the first week of that I had no TV either. There's the pot.
Yeah. Green herb.
Green herb. So yeah, I went without.
Why does it always say no?
It doesn't want to force it on.
Right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You want to do this, right?
This is our first stopping point, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't lie to your parents, kids.
It's bad for you.
It's bad. As smart as you think you are, they're probably smarter.
Correct.
In most cases, they'll find out. And you'll find out what happens on the next episode.
To be continued.